The Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house. But it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. This is the word of the Lord. I am a huge fan of HGTV. If you're not familiar with it, it is a channel dedicated to home design, decorating, and remodeling. They have shows where one searches for homes in the States, as well as in exotic places across the world. Shows where you pick a house and they remodel it for you, or shows that remodel your own house and you can keep it or sell it. My favorite show is House Hunters. I know, guys, but it is. It's a show where a couple or a person tries to find their dream home, rather it's colonial style, Tudor, Victorian, you name it. The couples look at the house with their long list of wants and needs. They complain about the carpet when they wanted hardwood floor, or popcorn ceiling when they wanted beams. I find myself right along with them at these easy fixes or fumbled decor choices. Yet, I never hear them say that a house has good bones, or that it has a firm foundation. All of these observations are surface level. They never dive deep into what the house can withstand, or how the house has settled. There's never really any comments on the structure, but solely on the appearance alone. These shows in life are the same. We rarely look at the foundation. So it is with today's gospel, we are reminded what we are built on. In the book of Matthew, we hear Jesus tell us that when our faith and trust is put into practice, we are like a wise man who built his house on stone. And when we do not practice our faith, we are like a foolish man who built his house on sand. Jesus gives us these two examples of not only people, but faithful people who follows him. Jesus tells us that when we follow him, hold his teachings close to our heart, and walk in his footsteps, we are like the wise man who stands on a firm foundation, a foundation that is made up of love, prayer, scripture, church, and the strengthening of our faith. Jesus tells us that a wise man weathers the storm, and he can withstand anything that comes at him, because he is not only standing on the rock, but on the shoulders of Jesus. He is not bearing this alone. Unlike the foolish man, whose house crumbles, whose foundation sinks into the sand, the foolish man's foundation is not of Jesus, but of oneself. If we are not built on a solid foundation, which is Christ, when the storms of life come, we will drown and we will crumble. But these houses were tested by the storm, and only one was standing. In life, we will go through the storms and we will shake us to our core, and storms that will leave us cracked, but we will be unmoved. We will weather it all. When you build on the rock, it doesn't matter how much stuff happens because you are standing on a firm foundation. It does not matter if we have carpet or hardwood floor or dropped or popcorn ceilings. It only matters that we are built on, because a strong faith will get us through while a flimsy one will crumble us. If you build your house on the rock, you can stand the floods. If you build your house on the rock, you'll be prepared and protected from the storms beating down on you. If you build your house on the rock, you will be unmoved when the winds try to blow you away. If you build your house on the rock, you can withstand the lightning that tries to strike you. Because if you build on that solid rock, you will still be standing. Today, I want to ask you, what is your foundation built on? Not your house, not your apartment building or the place you seek refuge, but your faith foundation. Are you standing on the rock, or are you slipping in the sand? Amen.